President Biden unveils historic wave of tariffs on strategic Chinese imports. Washington, D.C. President Biden has unveiled a sweeping array of new tariffs on Chinese goods, marking a significant shift in U.S. trade policy aimed at curbing China's economic influence and boosting American industries. The tariffs will affect $18 billion worth of imports, targeting sectors deemed critical for national and economic security, including steel, semiconductors, medical products, and electric vehicles, EVs. This long-awaited announcement follows a two-year government review of the Section 301 duties first imposed during the Trump administration. The review was comprehensive, examining the impact and effectiveness of existing tariffs while identifying new areas where additional duties could be applied to address ongoing concerns about China's trade practices. Key sectors and impact. A notable highlight of the new tariffs is the substantial increase on electric vehicles, with duty set to quadruple from 25% to 100% by 2024. This move aims to support domestic EV production by making imported vehicles significantly more expensive, thereby encouraging consumers to buy American-made alternatives. In addition to electric vehicles, the tariffs will affect a broad range of other sectors. Steel and aluminum. Higher duties will be imposed to protect U.S. manufacturers from subsidized Chinese metal imports. Semiconductors. New tariffs will be phased in, beginning in 2025, to support the U.S. semiconductor industry amid global shortages and supply chain vulnerabilities. Medical products. Increased duties on various medical products aim to reduce dependence on Chinese imports for critical healthcare supplies. Batteries and critical minerals. Tariffs on batteries and essential minerals will help secure supply chains for renewable energy and technology sectors. Solar cells. Higher duties on solar cells are intended to promote domestic solar manufacturing, along with Biden's clean energy goals. A shift to short term, by imposing tariffs on Ukraine, the administration seeks to protect the U.S. port infrastructure industry from unfair competition. Strategic approach. The president is taking a tough, strategic approach combining investment at home with enforcement against China in key sectors, explained Lael Brainerd, National Economic Advisor. Highlighting the administration's commitment to both strengthening domestic industries and addressing unfair trade practices. Brainerd emphasized that this dual strategy is designed to ensure the U.S. remains competitive in crucial industries while protecting jobs and fostering innovation. Brainerd also drew a sharp contrast with former President Donald Trump's trade policies, which she described as ineffective. Trump's actions did not deliver the promised benefits, she asserted, adding that his current 2024 campaign proposals, including a 60% tariff on all Chinese imports, could lead to increased inflation and economic instability. While Trump claims such measures would revitalize U.S. manufacturing, many economists and trade experts argue they could be excessively blunt, potentially harming the economy by raising consumer prices and disrupting supply chains. Economic and political implications. The announcement marks a significant moment in U.S. trade policy, setting up a stark contrast for the 2024 presidential election. Biden's targeted tariffs and strategic enforcement approach offer a clear alternative to Trump's broader and more aggressive tariff hikes. By maintaining and expanding tariffs, Biden signals a continuation and intensification of the tough stance on China initiated by his predecessor. This approach aims to leverage economic pressure to address issues such as intellectual property theft, forced technology transfers, and other unfair trade practices attributed to China. However, the aggressive tariff strategy also raises concerns about the potential for escalating trade tensions between the world's two largest economies. China's foreign ministry responded to the announcement by accusing President Biden of politicizing trade issues and warning that China would take all necessary measures to defend its rights and interests. This rhetoric indicates a likelihood of retaliatory measures from China, which could further strain bilateral relations and impact global trade dynamics. Potential for trade war. The risk of a new trade war looms large. If China retaliates with its own set of tariffs or other economic measures, it could lead to a tit-for-tat escalation, affecting global markets and trade flows. Businesses on both sides of the Pacific are bracing for potential disruptions, with many already seeking to diversify their supply chains to mitigate risks. The full impact of these tariffs will be closely monitored by businesses and policymakers alike. Immediate effects are likely to be seen in increased costs for imported goods, which could affect prices for consumers and the supply chains of U.S. manufacturers relying on Chinese components. Over the long term, the tariffs could drive investment in domestic production capabilities, aligning with the administration's goals of boosting American manufacturing and technological leadership. Strategic goals and challenges. Biden's tariff strategy is part of a broader effort to realign U.S. trade policy with national security and economic priorities. By targeting sectors critical to the future of technology and infrastructure, the administration aims to reduce dependence on foreign supply chains and ensure that the U.S. remains at the forefront of innovation and production in these key areas. However, this strategy faces significant challenges. Global supply chains are deeply interconnected, and disentangling them from Chinese inputs without causing significant economic disruption will be a complex and costly process. Moreover, the tariffs could lead to increased production costs, which may be passed on to consumers, potentially leading to higher prices for goods ranging from electronics to automobiles. Political landscape. The new tariffs also have significant political implications, setting the stage for a pivotal issue in the 2024 presidential election. The contrasting trade policies of Biden and Trump offer voters distinct visions for the future of U.S.-China economic relations. Biden's approach, characterized by targeted tariffs and strategic enforcement, contrasts with Trump's broader and more aggressive tariff hikes, which are aimed at a wholesale decoupling from Chinese economic influence. As the election approaches, trade policy is likely to be a major point of debate, with each candidate arguing that their approach is best suited to protect American jobs and promote economic growth. The outcome of this debate will have far-reaching implications for U.S. trade policy and the broader economic relationship between the U.S. and China. In summary, President Biden's new tariffs on Chinese imports represent a decisive and strategic effort to protect U.S. industries and counteract unfair trade practices. While aimed at strengthening domestic economic security, these measures also risk escalating trade tensions with China, potentially leading to a new phase of economic confrontation. The unfolding developments will be a critical aspect of international economic relations and a pivotal issue in the upcoming U.S. presidential election.